Hey everyone, hope you guys are all doing well today. I'm going to do a collective reading for you guys in a second, and we're going to see what the message is at this time. There are a lot of messages that came through in the last 24 hours. Okay, I got a lot of channeled messages, a lot of downloaded messages. It's going to take me a second to kind of chew through this with you guys, but it's important for someone. All right. So the first thing that I got is the numbers 222 and 666, okay, or 2266. You are mirroring someone right now. All right, you are mirroring someone. I feel like you're mirroring a situation, and it could feel like a bit of a test. And what's being mirrored, I feel like, is not the action but the reaction, or that's the test. Okay, so the situation, you could be finding yourself in a situation where you are going, and this could be someone that you don't even know. Okay, you don't even know this person that you're mirroring, but it's almost like you're both being put in a line, and this is giving me heavy Mayat energy, or heavy the scale, like something is being weighed on a scale here, and it has to do with your reaction. So it's kind of like you and someone else, you go through a similar situation, and there's like divine forces is what it feels like. There's a judge and a jury, you know, in the spiritual, that's like looking at how this person reacts and then looking at how you react. And it ties in. I feel like the 222, if you've been seeing that number, or 666 or 6622, that will be a confirmation that this is maybe your message, because the twos are giving me the mirroring aspect, right? It's the duality, or it's the mirroring of something. It's you and someone else. I know that 222, it means a lot of things, but in this sense, in my message, that's what it means, okay? That's my message. That's what I'm getting here. You're mirroring someone. Now the 6 is being about, you get what you give. You will receive what you put out. There's something here that's going on, and it feels like, if you want to say karma, but it's giving me more of like an assessment. And you might not realize that that's what you're going through. Okay, or that's what's happening. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story, because this is what came up for me, a memory from a couple years ago that helped me kind of tying together what could be going on. Now, this is a personal opinion of mine, okay? This is a personal observation. You might feel differently about this, okay? I'm not saying this is a fact or this is how it always is. This is just how I've noticed things in my own life, okay, or in my own experience. But a couple of years ago, I was at an ATM machine, and the man in front of me pulled out money and walked away, and he ended up leaving all of his bills in the ATM machine, and I was the person standing behind him. So immediately I turn around and tell this man, look, I'm sorry, sir, you left your money here in the ATM machine, right? I walked away from that going, that was not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that there's always a reason why you're at that place at that time, and that it wasn't a coincidence that I was behind this man, right? So I immediately felt like I had been tested. But for me, it's like a no-brainer. Of course, I'm going to turn around and tell this man that he left his money there. And what came to me back then, a couple years ago, was, okay, I see. That was an assessment. It's like someone maybe close to me back then had stolen something. I don't know, but that's what it felt like. Somebody had stolen something, okay? So then I end up getting put in the same exact situation where I have the chance to steal. And it's kind of like, are you going to do it? And that's the assessment. It's like, That's where I feel like the karma comes in, right? Because if I had done what someone else would have done, because I walked away thinking, thank God that man had me standing behind him, because who knows if he had had anybody else standing behind him, if someone else had stolen that money. Thank God he had me, right? Turning around saying, hey man, you left your money here at the ATM machine. But it almost felt like a sort of an assessment or a test where if I had been someone to steal, and you want to know what? I'm playing a song here on YouTube, and I just realized the likes on this song are 262. I'm telling you, those numbers, 222, 666, 2266, 262 are the likes on this video. That's a synchronicity right there, right? But the law of karma, right? So if I had stolen from this man, then I would have in the cosmic balance of things, maybe deserve to also have something stolen from me, right? It's like you get what you put out, or, it's like, it's not even just that, because sometimes things happen to us that we don't deserve, right? We fall victim to things that we don't deserve. And that doesn't mean that's our karma, that bad things happen to us. And that's why I'm saying it's about how we react to things. It's not about the action or what happens or the situation. It's about our reaction, because sometimes all we can control in situations is how we react, right? We can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. And I feel like that is what is being assessed. That's where the energy of Maya comes in, or that's where the energy of the scales comes in, or something being weighed. And I feel like you're mirroring someone here, and you might not even know this person. That's what I'm saying. But you might find yourself in a situation where something happens, and it's about how you react to it that's going to decide the karma or the outcome, right? So what else came to me here is that this could have something to do with like, what came to me is admitting that you were wrong. So sometimes we slip into situations where we were wrong about something, okay? Where we didn't have all the facts. We didn't know everything, or we might have assumed certain things, or maybe we even accuse people of doing things that they didn't do. You can slip into situations like that when you don't have all the facts, when there's room for interpretation, when you have maybe even, how should I say, like a certain awareness, right? Or maybe some sort of a triggered awareness of your environment. So if you come to the realization that you were wrong, that's where it's coming in for someone here, okay? It's like, I feel like that's the situation that's being mirrored maybe for someone. I didn't get just admitting that you were wrong, but also when you admit that you were wrong, it's almost like this feeling of, okay, and I feel like every single person has felt this way. So you guys are all going to know what this feels like. It's like when you know that you were wrong, you have to admit that you were wrong, but there's also a certain feeling of like shame almost attached to it, because you might worry about how it's going to make you look to other people that you had that certain reaction, or that you said these certain things, right? It's like, even if it's going to make you look bad because you might have assumed something, or you might have accused something, or and you were wrong, do you have the integrity? And I feel like it has a lot to do with integrity here, okay? Do you have the integrity to still stand up and say, you know what, I was wrong? And I feel like that's what's being tested. Now, I feel like for you, it's going to be a no-brainer, okay? Just like with me back then, with that money, it was a no-brainer, okay? These kind of tests are gonna feel like second nature to you to do the right thing if you have integrity and you have that within you, right? But you could be wondering, you could be facing a situation where like, why am I going through this? Or why does it feel like these things are happening to me. And it could be because right now you're going through a phase where you're mirroring the experience of someone else, but because it's being assessed, like, how do you react to this? How are they reacting to this? And that's going to decide some way of how something plays out. Now, this feels like forces beyond the control. This feels like something with universal balance. So I can only tell you what's coming in, okay? This is what this feels like. And it could also be a situation like, let's say someone falsely accuses you of something, right? And now they know the truth, and now they're being called on by the divine to speak up and admit that they were wrong in their accusation. Something about their reaction right now is being looked at. So you're going to be put into a similar situation. And it doesn't have to be that, but that's just what I got. Okay, just take it how it resonates, guys. But I feel like whatever someone did to you, or what someone accused you of, or, if someone stole from you, their reaction after the fact, it's like you're going to be put in a situation that kind of mirrors that experience, but it's about how you react to it, and if you make something right, and your integrity in the situation. That's going to be really important for your karma, because you get what you give. If you're someone with values and integrity, and you're going to still do what's right and put the good of the collective above your own, especially like, look, with this example of admitting that you were wrong. Some people, instead of admitting that they were wrong, and I feel like these are the people that you're dealing with, this is not you, okay? Instead of admitting that they were wrong, they would rather continue in the lie, because it saves them from this embarrassment of having been wrong, okay? Or continuing in the lie, even though they know they are wrong, they might feel like it serves their goal in the end to continue in the lie. So it's almost like they know that they're wrong, they have the facts, but they continue on in the lie. And that has been noted down, that has been like written down, okay? You could say by Archangel Metatron, that has been written down, that has been observed. And it's like, okay, so you're doing this to the collective here. So, we're going to mirror this. We're going to mirror this into collective's life and see if collective, this is something, it's like affecting the energetic balance of something, right? So it's like your reaction is very, very important, and your integrity is very important to deciding the outcome of this, because you get what you give. And if you are going to be someone that also stoops down to their level, or lacks integrity in a situation, or can't admit that you're wrong when you're wrong, or, the mirroring situation here, if you end up acting like them, then you will also get what you give, which is, in that case, someone will end up treating you the way that you treat others. And that's where this fine line is very important, okay? Now, that was the first part. And then I was watching some shorts, okay? And here's the next synchronicity, right? I was watching shorts, and those baby reaction videos where they do like 5 in a row, and then they have babies reacting to things. The video is called Baby Reactions, and the likes were 1,022K likes, okay? So 122 reactions. It's something about how you react. And then again, the next video I got, twin reactions, 666. And I was like, damn, twin, 2, duality, 2 people, twins, the same situation. But in this twin video, it was talking about how twin babies have different reactions in the same situation. But then the likes were 66K. And I was like, well, you get what you give. It's like you and another person are in the same situation. You're twinning something right now, but the reaction is what's going to decide the karma, okay? You get what you give. Six of Pentacles kind of energy, right? All right, so that's the first part. Now, I got called to kind of look up the number 222, and not as an angel number, but Spirit told me to look at the Kabbalah. And so I did that, right? I don't ask questions. When Spirit tells me to do something, I don't ask questions. Now, what came up was that 222 in the Kabbalah represents the Archangel Uriel. That could be some sort of patron angel for you guys, okay? The flame of God is what I wrote down here. What else came out is that 222 represents the commandment of divorce, signing divorce papers, okay? And the importance of using one's strength to help others, especially those who are struggling. Which kind of reminds me of like turning the other cheek. Now, I didn't write this down, but that's what's coming in now. Using one's strength to help others, especially who are struggling. Now, this could be the person that you're mirroring as well. It's like, how are you going to react to the person that's doing something to you? Because that person is obviously struggling if they're doing something to you, or if they're coming after you, or if they are just doing something in their life that is, you know, causing them some sort of a universal assessment here. You know, Mayat energy. I keep getting Mayat. God's blessing, and the 222 also represents God's blessing on those who act with kindness and compassion. All right. And what else I heard last night, and I kept hearing this, and we're going to get into the cards with that one because I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I really don't. I kept hearing, but that's going to make them look crazy. And then I heard, but that's the point. And I feel like it's going to make them look crazy. That's that energy of like having to admit to something, or having to, you know, speak up on something, or it's giving me some sort of an admittance or some sort of a confession. It's going to make them look crazy. Somebody could be worried about how it's going to make them look. But that's the point. I kept hearing, but that's the point, but that's the point. And see, that's the phrase that I don't understand. Why is Spirit saying, but that's the point? Or is someone trying to make you look like you're crazy? And it's like, yeah, that's the point. Or is that what's being mirrored here? Is it somebody that was trying to make you look crazy? They're going to end up looking crazy. I don't know what that means yet. That's the point. I feel like that's going to get into the cards, okay? Now, this I'm not going to go far into, but I feel like this is a message for someone specific. I'm not Jewish, but I have looked into, you know, the Kabbalah, or studied that a bit, right? You don't have to be Jewish to learn about these things either, guys, but someone here in the collective, you need to look at the tree of life from the Kabbalah. And specifically the points of judgment and mercy. Judgment and mercy. Judgment being, you know, judgment is very strict. It's very matter of fact. It's very justice, cold. That's it. Straight to the point. Mercy is the act of kindness and compassion. Again, with the 222. And I feel like maybe the 666 or the 66 representing, in this case, the judgment, right? It's like the judgment is you get what you give. You will receive what you put out there. That's justice. That's the law of the universe. That's the balance of it all. Mercy being the 222, which is the helping others, especially who are struggling. God's blessing on those who act with kindness and compassion. It's about finding the balance between those two. And in the tree of life, in the Kabbalah, what's in between them is truth. That's the force that combines the two, or that's the force that balances judgment and mercy. It's the truth in the middle. So it's kind of like, judging someone, placing judgment on someone when you don't know the truth. You need the truth in order to place judgment, but you also need the truth in order to, give kindness and compassion. Or maybe it's even about, if there's something there. That's the message, guys. There's something here about you mirroring someone, you mirroring another person, and also your reaction being very important. The reaction, it's like your reaction or your mercy or your compassion, your kindness, when the truth is combined, when the truth is like the combining force between, when the truth is in the middle, when the truth is present, when it's there. It's like you can place judgment on someone, you can, but your reaction is very important because it's like the reaction that's being assessed. All right, so I don't know, guys. This was a long intro. I'm really sorry, but that is important. I just split it on judgment. Wow. I split it on judgment, and the Hierophant is at the bottom. Yeah, it's... let's see. What's the message here, Spirit? What's the message? And I feel like with the Tree of Life and the Tree of Life and Judgment and Mercy, I'm not even supposed to really go too much into that. I feel like that is really something that I'm just supposed to mention to one of you, and you are supposed to go and look at that. And this whole reading kind of feels like it's not really gonna be a clear message in the cards, more as it's like something for you to look at and then decipher. It feels like there's something here that you need to decipher, but it's gonna be very personal, and it has something to do with those numbers and a mirroring energy and the Tree of Life. All right, so what's going on here? I cannot make it up. It's the Two of Pentacles. It's the Two of Pentacles. It's the twos. And it's the balance between one side and the other side. It's like there has to be balance between the two. There has to be. And the whole Tree of Life is about the balance between one side and the other side, and what is in the middle that will combine the two sides together, right? There has to be balance. There can't just be one or the other. It has to be both, and it has to be aligned. It's something about a mirror. It's a mirror. Something is being mirrored. Justice. It's Mayat. I'm telling you, it feels like karmic justice. It's like your reaction to something, or you being put in a very similar situation as someone else, and how you react and how they react. And I feel like for someone here, they already reacted in a certain way. I feel like that chapter has already closed. They've already chosen to react. Now you are going to be put in maybe a similar situation where you have to choose how to react, and how you react, that decides karmic justice, or that decides karma, or how something is balanced out and made fair, right? Because you get what you give. The Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Swords and the Six of Cups. Yeah, okay, so something about the past. Something about money, abundance, a lot of money, being heartbroken about success, independence. What is that about? What's the Two of Pentacles? The Magician and the Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles. This has to do with people working together in a group. Multiple people working together, a magician, Queen of Swords in reverse, somebody being cold, heartless, cruel, manipulative. Okay. What's the Nine of Pentacles? The Seven of Cups. A lack of integrity, okay? The Hierophant in reverse. Somebody created an illusion here, and this has to do with this person having a lack of integrity, being spiritually corrupted, morally corrupted, unethical. Okay, someone being a liar, manipulative and a liar with no integrity. The Hermit. Okay, what's the Three of Swords? The Hermit. The Nine of Wands is about standing up for yourself, defending yourself, protecting yourself. The Five of Swords in reverse, against someone's manipulation or someone being manipulative. Not allowing someone to manipulate you. The Queen of Wands. Feeling like you have to defend yourself, protect yourself against someone's manipulation. Okay, I don't know where that just cut off because my phone storage was full, but something about a Queen of Wands, not being able to manipulate someone, or someone can't manipulate you, you feeling like you need to protect yourself. All right, let's tell me more about this Two of Pentacles. The King of Swords. And the King of Pentacles. This could even have something to do with twins, because this is coming out on top of the Two of Pentacles. So it could be literally twins. Or a twin, like a Gemini, okay? Two people switching something around. Or this is like copycat energy, okay? And that reminds me of the video that I watched with the twin reactions, right? And it's really funny with twins sometimes how they have like completely different personalities, right? And they react to things completely differently. It's like, it's almost like the genes got split down the middle. So you have one that's like super happy and one that's a little bit grumpy, or one that's super serious and one that's, you know, a bit crazy. It's kind of sometimes how twins, they complement each other instead of being the exact same, right? Or sometimes with twins, one twin will have the personality of dad, one will have the personality of mom, right? It's like, it's kind of weird how twins can be so different even though they're the same, right? Well, genetically speaking. The Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. This has to do with a new beginning, or some sort of a risk someone took, or a leap of faith that someone took. A Queen of Pentacles. What is that? Sudden change, shocking news, a surprise epiphany. A surprise epiphany about a Queen of Pentacles. About a self-absorbed narcissist. The Golden Mirror. Sudden change, shocking news about something being mirrored, but someone is the Golden Mirror. I mean, this is even giving me, okay, so let's say it's like, I don't know why, let's say twins, okay? Because I don't know why I'm getting twins. Look at this, even the Six of Cups could have something to do with twins, right? It's like, how is it that one twin is an absolute narcissist and the other one has all the empathy? Maybe one got the gene, the other one didn't. I don't know why I'm getting that for someone here. The self-absorbed narcissist. Sudden change, shocking news. About something going on vacation, paradise, or someone's happiness, playfulness, enjoying each other, a love call, someone expressing love, a message of love, thinking of you, letting you know, giving and receiving affection. Giving and receiving affection to someone on the phone. Vacation. What is that about? A one-night stand. Someone having many options, multiple decisions, an unconventional string along, a key. A key on a ring. Tell me more about this paradise, kisses. This has to do with a love offer, someone coming towards someone in love, a plan, working together on something, trying to master something with a love offer. What is this sudden change, shocking news? What is that? A message on a phone, Page of Pentacles, death, about something being over completely. I feel like the Page of Pentacles, that always gives me a phone in this context, right? We have love call coming out. This always looks like a girl looking at something in her hand, a message of something being over, something being completely over. This has to do with a plan in regards to somebody coming towards someone with a love offer, a message about something being over. This is sudden change, shocking news. This is an epiphany about a Queen of Pentacles taking a leap of faith. Or someone reaching out to a Queen of Pentacles, maybe on a phone, texting, calling, a plan. What is that? Eight of Pentacles. Seduction. This has to do with cheating or hooking up with someone. Clock. The time frame of something. The timeline, the time frame of some sort of hooking up, cheating, flirting, dating someone. The time frame. The timeline. The time when this happened. So this could be something in the past, okay? Maybe in the past. This could even be, I don't know, years ago. It's something about time. Maybe you were cheated on in the past. Or this has something to do with hooking up with someone in the past, texting someone, calling someone that's on vacation, giving and receiving affection. Paradise. Playfulness. One is enjoying each other. Why is this an epiphany, though? The High Priestess, because this was switched around or used, or the Five of Swords, because something here was manipulated or manipulation. Has to do with these text messages, the Empress, and a relationship. This has to do with a relationship with someone and an Empress. So these messages, okay, something happened with these messages or with this hookup or with somebody going towards a Queen of Pentacles and hooking up with this person, texting this person, going out with this person, something about work or being nice to someone at work, or ending something with someone, ending a relationship with someone, okay? This has to do with an illusion being created with a Queen of Swords in reverse. People working together here. All right, tell me more about that. Judgment. Okay, so this is a bit of a crazy sideline, right? But I'm just thinking about all my past readings that I've done in the last couple of weeks, because what this is making me feel like is maybe a combination of the last couple of readings of someone trying to, you know, make it look like someone is having an affair, right? A Queen of Swords in reverse, someone trying to make it look like someone is having an affair. Now, let's say a couple of years ago, someone in your life did have an affair and they did cheat on you, right? And someone around this person caught wind of this or got these messages, or these messages were used. Because that's kind of what it's making me feel like. It's like someone else cheats on you years ago, or someone else has an affair. And then these messages are then used as a basis of this setup, someone trying to make it look like you're having an affair, or something weird like that. I mean, that's just kind of what I'm getting here with this group of people working together to create an illusion. The Tower, boom. The truth. The truth is a shocking, shocking turn of events that blows everything up to smithereens, I guess, okay? And it has to do with an illusion. It has to do with an illusion. The Chariot of somebody traveling somewhere or driving somewhere. Driving somewhere, traveling somewhere. So it's kind of like someone you used to be in a relationship with, or someone you used to be with, or whatever, cheats on you, has a bunch of text messages about going over to someone's house or meeting up with someone, or I don't know what this is, texting them on vacation or whatever. These people screenshot these messages. Someone is using these messages to make it look like it's you doing this, or, I mean, that's kind of what this gives me, if I'm being honest. The Empress. The Empress comes out again. The Queen of Cups. This could have something to do with a mother, someone's mother, or a Queen of Cups, or someone being a mother, or the Ace of Wands in reverse, a missed opportunity. Who's this? Who's this Queen of Cups now? A wealthy man in reverse. This has to do with someone that's greedy, someone that would do anything for money, or someone who's in debt, a gift, adjudication and a gift. Putting someone under judgment because of a gift. Someone being put under judgment because of a gift, or someone being judged because something was given to someone. Or someone didn't want to be judged because of a gift, or something being given to someone. I feel like this has something to do with the timeline. It's like the timeline could be starting to come together for someone here, where it's like first, oh, so I see it now. So first this happens. First this affair happens. And then this thing happens. And then this thing happens. And then they create this crazy setup and break into someone's house. It's like someone is starting to realize, oh, there's a timeline to all this stuff. Yeah, that's what this kind of feels like. So what else? The Lovers, a relationship. Or someone having a lover, or some sort of an affair. The Hanged Man, someone is having a moment of enlightenment. Someone is having an epiphany, shocking news. Sudden change, shocking news, an epiphany about a lover, an epiphany about an affair. The Knight of Pentacles, and how this was planned, or how this was like, it's giving me the strategy, or that this is a plan, or something can be traced. It's like something can be traced, like with dates, like, oh, this, then this, then this, then this, right? It's like lining up. Yeah, something about a home. Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Or somebody having something in their possession here when it comes to a home, something in the past. What's that? The Chaser, and a relationship evolving to the next phase. The Chaser, someone chasing after someone. Somebody chasing after someone because of a child? Or somebody, or a relationship, or wanting a relationship to evolve to the next phase. after a relationship was over. So this has something to do with a relationship being over and somebody chasing after someone. But I feel like that also comes like after something else. It's like, I feel like it's a timeline thing. Okay. It's like first they try to set up this fake affair thing, and then they try to say somebody's chasing after someone and won't leave someone alone. It's like, it could be making sense how something was like planned out, I guess you could say. What's the Nine of Pentacles? The Knight of Wands. Yeah, it has something, man, I really feel like it has something to do with like this fake affair or crime hour thing that's come out the last couple days. The Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like a business. It's like a business or a business investment or some sort of money or something like that. Yeah, tell me more about this Page of Pentacles, please. Coffin. Or this could even have something to do with a bribe or a death. An official person in reverse, great fortune in reverse. So some sort of corruption here, or someone that just lacks integrity, because we have the Hierophant in reverse. So I don't know if this is someone that works for law or that works in government or something like that. They have a lack of integrity, a lack of morals, a lack of values. They're corrupt. Okay, something about losing a great fortune here. What is someone being in despair about losing a great fortune? The Devil, some sort of control, jealousy, obsession. What? Control, jealousy, obsession. A contract. Somebody losing a great fortune. Something being over. The Page of Swords, some sort of a message, some sort of communication. What is that about? It has to do with this, it has to do with someone's work or a job, a plan, what someone was working on, this plan, somebody coming towards someone, making someone an offer. Or the plan to make themselves look innocent. What is this Page of Swords? I like you in reverse. Somebody doesn't like someone. Someone does not want to date someone. They don't want to be with someone. There's no romance. And somebody does not want a breakup. They don't want silent treatment. It's like not accepting that something that somebody doesn't want to talk, or someone doesn't want a relationship. Somebody doesn't like someone. Some sort of obsession, jealousy. That was their hand of cards. That was the risk that they decided to take, or that's how they thought they could be strategic. Being strategic. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something though. This has to do with a Queen of Wands, Four of Swords, someone in a bed. Someone in a bed? Is that this again? The Queen of Wands in a bed. Or somebody in a bed, laying down, having an affair. Or sleeping somewhere, or sleeping with someone, or the Fool. That's the risk that they took, or that's the leap of faith that they took. Yeah, the Sun and the Queen of Cups. So, but now something is coming to light about a Queen of Cups. Some sort of truth is coming out about a Queen of Cups and a King of Swords. What's the truth that's coming out about these people? A love call, something on a phone. Some sort of texting on a phone, or some sort of sexting, or some sort of messages on a phone. Okay, why is that coming to light? Because of someone being codependent, obsessive, possessive, and controlling. Huh. Someone being obsessive, possessive, and controlling. Somebody talking to someone on the phone. Messages, some sort of messages. Or maybe they even send some sort of messages here on the phone, trying to make it look like you're obsessed with someone, or you're crazy, or you're possessive over someone, or you're controlling, to make it look like that's what you are. That's what I heard. That's what I heard last night. It's gonna make them look crazy. That's the point. And I thought that meant something completely different. I thought it meant something about like saying the truth or admitting the truth. But in this context, it's going to make them look crazy. That's the point. So they tried to make you look crazy with some sort of messages. They were trying to make you look like you're obsessed with someone, possessive and controlling. Okay. Yeah, the communication, the messages. Trying to make someone look crazy, trying to make someone look controlling and obsessed and jealous. Eight of Cups and the Moon, walking away, leaving something behind. Walking away, the Moon, what, something at night, maybe even the High Priestess. The Chaser, someone chasing after someone, not leaving someone alone. Chasing after someone at night, coming over at night. Wanting to talk, wanting to come over to talk to someone. Wanting to come over to talk to someone. Yeah, not wanting to be ignored. Being ignored, being avoided. Someone coming to talk to someone, or saying, I'm coming over to talk. That's what they use to set up a fake affair. Okay, so going back, because I feel like this is connecting in with this past situation of cheating, where someone might have betrayed you a long time ago or in the past. Maybe you blocked this person, or you didn't want to talk to this person, or you were avoiding this person and you didn't want to talk, and they came to your house at night. They wanted to talk. They didn't want to be avoided or ignored anymore. I feel like something like that they're using to set up like a fake affair, to make it look like someone walked in on someone else. Or someone walked in on you, or you're the affair, or something like that. Or you walked in on someone else, or someone else walked in on you, or I don't know which way around they did it, but something about wanting to come over, wanting to talk at night, with the Moon being here. I feel like it's at night. Not wanting to be ignored anymore, avoided anymore, chasing after someone to talk. It's going to make them look crazy. That's the point. Someone's trying to make you look like you're crazy. You're obsessive. Okay. On a phone. What's this truth about this Queen of Cups? Trying to get someone out of imprisonment. Or they think this is how they're going to get themselves out of imprisonment. Coming over at night to talk. Coming over at night to talk. Coming over at night to talk. A main male in reverse is trying to get themselves out of imprisonment. Get someone out of imprisonment. We have a Queen of Cups here. I don't know if this is someone they're working together with, or this is who these people are. No idea. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups, creating an illusion. About a home, about what happened at a house, about what happened at a house, at a home, at a property. The truth is now coming out about, and this is a failure, or the truth is coming out about someone losing a job, or something being a failure, somebody not wanting to invest anymore, or Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. What's the Hermit? The Five of Cups in reverse, someone overcoming sadness. A choice to burden. A choice to be burdened. Making the choice to carry the burden. Something about making the choice to carry the burden, carry the weight, but denial. And I feel like this comes back to admitting, and when you admit being wrong. Between judgment and mercy, there's the truth. So if someone is under judgment right now and they want mercy, they need to speak the truth. You can only combine these and balance these with the truth. The truth is what is the balance. So if you want mercy, you have to speak the truth, which reminds me of my download yesterday, the song. You want water, but all you're going to get is kerosene, because you're not speaking the truth. If you want water, if you want mercy, and the kerosene in this sense being the judgment, which is harsh, which is, you have to fight through it, fight through the judgment. If you want mercy, you have to speak the truth. But there's a lack of integrity here with these people. It's like they want mercy for something that they've done, because they're under judgment, but they don't want to speak the truth. They don't want to speak the truth, but they have to. But they don't want to. But they want mercy. They don't want to face judgment. It's like you cannot have one or the other. It has to be balanced. You can't have one or the other. It has to be aligned. If you want alignment, if you want to switch from one, there's like a corridor you have to walk through. You can't just jump from judgment to mercy. You have to combine it through the truth. There's no other way. Someone here needs to look at the tree of life. And I don't even know if that's you or if that's someone in this situation here that needs to understand that there are principles to this experience that we're living, or there's just universal laws. It's just like laws of physics. I mean, it's just like it's just spiritual laws to this. The Six of Swords in reverse, they're not going to get away with this. They're not going to be able to get out of this. They're not going to be able to move on to calmer waters. The Six is in reverse because they are not balancing something out. Sixes, twos. The World. They cannot close out this cycle, or they cannot move on from whatever this situation is if they don't learn the lesson. First, they have to learn the lesson. And the lesson is you have to speak the truth. You have to live by the truth. You have to have some sort of integrity. You can't have mercy without the truth. You can't have judgment without the truth either. That's the message. Or they can't get out of something here with some sort of messages and vacation or traveling or being out of town or paradise, something like that. The Five of Swords. So they're trying to manipulate it. So they're trying to manipulate this. They're trying to do something deceptive. The Four of Pentacles. Trying to hold on to control, keep something. The Queen of Pentacles. It's whatever they did with these messages with this Queen of Pentacles. So this Queen of Pentacles is what I feel like is the person that was involved in an affair. The Queen of Pentacles is the person that was involved in an affair. There's messages between this Queen of Pentacles and someone else, and this was an affair. This was cheating. This happened while someone was out of town, vacation. This happened while someone was cheating, basically. That's what it feels like. And these messages, I guess, are like the basis of trying to set you up to make it look like you're having an affair or something like that, or you're the affair partner. It's something that was switched around. And they can't get away with this because it's all a lie. Yeah, the truth. Clarity, truth, revelation, the Phoenix. They're trying to transform something. They're trying to get a new phase, rekindle something, change someone's mind. Transform something, change someone's mind. They're trying to change the outcome because they don't want the truth coming out. Or now that the truth has come out, they're trying to find a way to transform this, or they thought that these messages would help them transform their situation or change something, okay? That's kind of what this looks like. Tell me more about Judgment is the Tower. Trying to create an illusion here with the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Five of Wands, saying that there was a fight that broke out because of a King of Cups, and they thought that no one would figure this out. This is so fucking messy. Like, this is just so weird. It feels like this. I feel like the Queen of Swords in reverse is the copycat, is the person that pretended to be you. You know, one thing also, you could be asking yourself, why are they using all these hacked messages, these hacked text messages, instead of creating them themselves? Because I've asked myself that question as well. Like, why do they keep using hacked messages or hacked screenshots or screenshotting your actual conversations or someone else's actual conversations instead of creating them themselves? And it's because, and this is my opinion, this is my observation, it's because they needed to sound like you. Right? If you're texting someone or someone else is texting someone, it's gonna read like something that you would write. All they need to do is screenshot something and take the date and the time out of it to manipulate when it actually happened. But at least the text messages will sound like you, like your vernacular, right? How you speak, how you talk. That's why they can't just write their own shit, because, you know, you might not write like that, or you might not speak like that. So that is just a little side note, right? I don't know. Five of Wands, the King of Cups. It's like there's a copycat here. There's someone who had an affair. There's some sort of screenshots of this affair, I guess, trying to make it look like it's you. Maybe somebody tried to make it look like you're the affair partner or you're the one having the affair. I feel like it was trying to make it look like you're the affair partner, if I'm being honest. King of Swords, King of Pentacles, two masculines, switching something around. A fight breaking out because of a King of Cups. Somebody didn't think that the truth would come out. Now, I don't know who the hell the King of Cups is. There's like 3 men here. 3 women, 3 men. Pick one. I mean, I don't know who they put in a bed with who. This is kind of strange, but they're just creating this narrative of an affair, and then they're just swapping the messages around, and then they're just creating a storyline and faking pictures and videos and stuff like that. I mean, that's what this looks like. So I can't make it up. Look at that. Photographs. I just said that. Photographs and love. I said pictures and videos, and photographs comes out, right? Somebody being triggered about photographs and love. Looking at your photos, missing you. Triggered. Someone is in turmoil and they're triggered because of photographs. This has to do with love, passion, attraction. Triggered because of photographs. What does that mean? Seduction, cheating, hooking up, temptation, third party, flirting, dating, hooking up, seduction. Some sort of cheating with photographs, cheating with pictures. I mean, this could even be nudes. Being sent, saying that there was a fight that broke out, or an argument, conflict, someone being triggered about love. Okay. A bad strategy, Knight of Pentacles reverse. The 7 of Swords. So they started this lie. They started the lie, but it didn't turn out how they thought it would, or it was a bad strategy, or they didn't plan far ahead with this. This wasn't a rational, logical, well planned out strategy to lie about this. The Emperor. Who's the Emperor? This has to do with somebody paying for something, paying someone money. Paying for something, paying money. So they try to make it look like you were getting paid for some sort of work here, or this was what you do for work. Screenshots triggered about screenshots, cheating, hooking up, temptation, trying to lie to an emperor. Someone is lying about some sort of money, receiving money, paying money for something. Okay. What am I missing here? The Hermit. That somebody is lying. They're being a deceptive, lying ass thief, criminal, trying to get away with something. A liar. A King of Swords in reverse is a liar. The Star could have something to do with an Aquarius. Someone here is a liar. A manipulative liar trying to get away with something. Saying something about a Queen of Wands in reverse and something in a bed. Lying about someone in bed. Someone sleeping in a bed or laying down with someone, or someone being angry. 8 of Pentacles, saying that something about someone's job. So this wasn't just an affair that they were trying to accuse you of. This is them trying to claim that they caught you being a sex worker. Like they walked in on you at work, like doing a job, or what is this? That Page of Wands in reverse, but these are not your messages, or you didn't send these messages, or this is not you communicating, or the Page of Pentacles in reverse. These are not your messages. This is not your phone. You didn't send this shit. And that can be traced back. Something can be traced back that you didn't write these messages. You didn't send these messages. You didn't send someone messages. You didn't talk to someone. This isn't your phone. Something can be traced back. Okay. When it comes to a soul connection, a partnership, an agreement, a contract, something about work, the chaser, chasing after someone, a contract, breaking up with someone, silent treatment, abandonment. This has to do with somebody not wanting to talk to someone anymore, giving someone the silent treatment, breaking up from somebody who's chasing after someone and won't leave someone alone. So it's like, okay, so it's giving me that they set up this fake affair, but it's not even just an affair. It's like they tried to say that you were at work. So they tried to make it look like you were actively doing like sex work and someone walked in on you getting paid for services. Then they dumped you and then you chase after them. And wouldn't leave them alone? Or what else it could be is that someone is claiming that there was a breakup between you and someone else. And because they came over to your house at night to talk, they walked in on you with someone else. You know what this is giving me? Okay, so you know when you're going no contact with someone, or you're like, okay, you broke up with someone, possibly because they betrayed you. You don't want to talk to them. You're ignoring them. You maybe block their number. This person tells you, or maybe they text you, or maybe you don't have their number blocked. I don't know. They text you saying, I'm coming over. Are you with someone else right now? It's like that. It's giving me that energy of you break up with someone, and because you don't want to talk to them and because you're ignoring them, they automatically assume that you might be with someone else, right? It's like, why aren't you talking to me? Are you with someone else? Why won't you answer my phone calls? Is there someone else there? I'm coming over right now. I'm coming over to check if you're with someone else. There's nobody at your fucking house. You just don't want to talk to this person, okay? It could be something like that, where if you don't talk to them for a while, or if you ignore them because you feel betrayed by them or you broke up with them, they start crashing out on you and start accusing you. I know that there's someone there. Is there someone there with you? I'm coming over right now to talk. These screenshots. If that has happened to you, those screenshots are what they use to set up this fake affair shit of someone claiming to walk in on you, seeing you with a customer, when in reality, whatever transpired there was literally just you telling this person, leave me the fuck alone, I don't want to talk to you. And them assuming automatically, oh, it must be with someone else, you must be with someone else, right? Like some people, they're just toxic like that. They just say toxic shit like that because they cannot fathom why you don't want to talk to them. Why are you ignoring me? It must be another person, right? No, bitch, sometimes I just don't want to talk, okay? Something like that. The Two of Wands and the Lovers. Yeah, this is what they use to plan this setup of an affair, of someone walking in and catching you with someone else, when in reality, nothing happened. Three of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a third party. It's a third party. And the Ace of Pentacles, what's that? Five of Pentacles in reverse, talking about getting out of poverty, coming out of poverty. This is how they thought that they could get away with something and keep something in their possession, or something that they have in their possession. They thought they would be able to get away with it with something in their possession. What the fuck was in their possession that they had in their control? Balance, yin, yang, zen, balance, duality. They try to mirror a situation. They try to mirror a situation. But the situation that they mirrored in this case was, see, I feel like the reality of it all was, this person tells you, I'm coming over right now. Are you with someone else? I'm coming over to talk. They come over, you talk, and you work it out. Or whatever. Or you don't work it out. I don't know. But there's no one at your house. They just come over in the middle of the night and they want to talk, and they climb in your window or climb over your, climb through whatever, try and get to you at all costs, right? Ring the doorbell. They won't leave you alone. They ring the doorbell like 20 times, that kind of a thing. What these people try to mirror, though, is that this person comes to your house and catches you with someone else, which isn't what actually happened. It's the false accusation. It's the fear. That's going back to my download. A false accusation. Someone here tried to accuse you of something, which in this case would be, why won't you let me in? Why are you ignoring me? Why won't you answer the phone? Why are you breaking up with me? You must be with someone else. I'm coming over right now. I need to talk to you. Who's with you? Why are you ignoring me? That's the false accusation. What these people ended up doing with it is making it a reality. They made someone else's fears and assumptions a reality. That's so strange. So that's like one thing they could be doing a lot, is using fears that are not real, like fears, assumptions, which is normal. Like, okay, so we all have that, right? Everybody has that, where you get scared and you start panicking and you start worrying that like the worst could happen. Like it's the worst of the worst that's going to happen, extreme. And most of the time, like 95% of the time, the worst thing that you're thinking of is not actually happening, but it's a fear, it's an assumption. It's almost like these people are using your own fears and your assumptions against you by trying to recreate it into a reality to make it look like and for someone here, it could even be the fear of getting cheated on. Like maybe that is something that is, maybe that's something that you struggle with, or something maybe even your partner or someone you were in a relationship with struggled with a lot. The fear of being cheated on, or always this assumption that there must be cheating going on. And that can happen when you've been traumatized by cheating, right? If you dealt with that in the past where you were cheated on, you then automatically assume that you're being cheated on again, or they're going to cheat on you, or, why are you not answering the phone? Who are you talking to? All that shit, right? And I feel like these people are trying to take someone's fear. It's a trauma response. It's a fear that they're going to get cheated on because they've been cheated on in the past. And they're trying to recreate it into a reality. That's what this feels like. Mirroring each other. Mirroring something. Okay. What's the Three of Swords? Someone is hurt. Heartbroken. A mirror. I can't make it up. I can't. Guys, a mirror comes out. Mirroring each other. Relationships reflect our wounds. And that's exactly what this is. Whatever they are using against you is the wound that someone else had in your relationship, which really feels like cheating. So you're dealing with someone that is constantly accusing you of cheating. Or are you talking to someone else? Or who's this person? Or I'm coming over because you must be with someone else. Or they do this a lot. Or they do this when they start to panic, right? They think the worst, which you could also have experienced because this person, you might know what it feels like, okay? Because you mirror each other. There's mirroring going on here in multiple ways. These people are using every single time that your person or your past relationship accused you of something that you didn't do because of a fear or a trauma response that they had, or you ignoring them, or you not wanting to talk to them, you pulling away from them. They're using these messages apparently to accuse you of cheating or make it look like you're actually cheating on them, when in reality that is just a fear. That was just an assumption. That was an accusation. It's not real. False accusation. Something was being mirrored here. You might have also, the same way that this person accused you of things that you weren't doing, you were probably also accusing them of doing things that they weren't doing. Because you guys you mirrored each other with trust issues. This is giving me trust issues. I don't trust you, you don't trust me. And these people around you are literally taking your worst fears and playing them off against each other. Like your fear of this person betraying you and that person's fear of you betraying them, they're using these and playing it off each other and trying to create that into reality, even though those are just fears, accusations, and assumptions. Isn't that strange? This is really weird and backwards, but okay. What's the Nine of Wands? The Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman or the other man. The Snake. Someone feeling like they have to protect themselves here or defend themselves here. A snake. What's that about? The Ten of Swords, a betrayal, a painful ultimate betrayal. But it wasn't. It was a betrayal that wasn't. It was an assumption or an accusation. This wasn't real. On both sides, though, this is mirroring. It's a mirror. It's like you might have accused someone else after, like there was definitely cheating or betrayal. I'm not saying that there wasn't with a specific person, but once you've been betrayed really badly, you will accuse them of doing it all the time. Or I know that there's more to this, or I know that you were with this person on this day, and I know that there's more to the story, and I know that you're still hiding something from me. The other way around, this person was also doing that with you. You know, like, why aren't you answering the phone? You must be with someone else. Or, you know, it's like that. And none of these things happened. I feel like a lot of this is based off of assumptions, accusations, and fears. Based off of actual betrayal and trauma that's triggering the fear and the assumptions. Okay, if you get what I'm saying. But the people reading the messages or screenshotting the messages, they're using the fears and the accusations and the assumptions as a truth that didn't happen. It's like using human nature to manipulate a story that never happened that way. It's like they're trying to take your worst nightmare and make it into a reality that never happened, but that's what they're trying to recreate, your worst nightmare. And not just yours, but also this other person, of a fight breaking out. The Knight of Cups, a betrayal because of somebody being nice to someone or wanting to give to someone, or the Three of Cups and the Emperor, again with the Emperor, and a group of people, or some sort of cheating, a party, third party, a group of people. What's that? A betrayal, despair. The other woman, someone being in despair about the other woman, someone being in despair about the other man. But honestly, I feel like in this situation, that was only a fear. That was only an assumption or an accusation. This was not the original betrayal. This is not the original betrayal here. This was only a fear, an accusation, assumption that happened after the betrayal happened that's triggering the fear of there being another woman, there being another man, right? But this is what they're using to make it look like there was an affair. Courthouse, bad health. Something about taking someone to court because of health or bad health. All of this is just based off of like someone's fantasy. Fantasy. Imagination. But the difference is that they're using their imagination to do harm to you. And when your imagination comes into play, it's like it feels like your worst nightmare because you're scared that someone will hurt you or betray you again. And the same goes for the other person. So what else? You want to know what? See, in the beginning I got you are mirroring someone else's experience, but that is a portal. I'm realizing now that that is a portal. That might not even necessarily mean that you are mirroring someone right now that you don't know. It could also mean that that's a portal to you understanding this situation where if you get in a situation where you are maybe assuming something about someone else, and you're wrong, that is only to show you that there's somebody, that there's a situation in the past where someone accused you of doing something and they were wrong. And that is that is the basis of this setup right here. Okay? Five of Swords in reverse, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody can no longer manipulate something. When it comes to losing a lot of money, losing a great fortune, losing a lot of money. Justice. This has to do with justice. Something being made fair, something being balanced, something being made right. This has to do with balance, but I feel like this is really a karmic justice, karmic balance being restored. The Four of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles with a job, a plan, work. Job, plan, work, or this plan with a bed, or this plan with somebody being in someone's bed. The Sun, that's the truth. The Page of Swords about messages where someone is accusing you of something that you're not doing. It's someone's fears. It's somebody's worst nightmare. It's like their fear of you cheating or their fear of being betrayed causes them to accuse you of things all the time, of things you're not doing, where you have to defend yourself. But these text messages are then being used against you as if they are the truth, even though they are fears and assumptions. That's the tree of life right there. It's like judgment. It's like judging someone, but you don't even know the truth. Someone does not even know the truth. They're judging someone based off of an assumption. Judging someone based off of an assumption. You can't judge someone based off an assumption. If you want judgment, there has to be truth. And that's where mercy comes in. It's like, I feel like mercy, the kindness and compassion in this situation is maybe extending that compassion to understanding that not everything is the truth. Some things are accusations, assumptions, false accusations, fears. All right. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, this has to do with someone extending mercy, compassion, and kindness. That's what this is, I feel. Like somebody needs to show some sort of compassion, mercy, or kindness. Or maybe this is even about you. Maybe you in the past have shown someone, like especially if someone is constantly accusing you of stepping out or doing something or meeting up with other people or cheating, even though you're not. Maybe in the past you have shown this person compassion and mercy for these accusations because you know it has nothing to do with you. It's because they were cheated on by someone in the past that wasn't you. And they now assume that everybody does this because maybe everybody in their past cheated on them. So now they also assume that you could also be that way. That's where mercy and kindness and compassion comes in. Someone showing compassion, and that's also something that could be then mirrored back to you, where if you are accusing someone of doing something that they're not doing because you're in fear, you start to panic, you think the worst, you get scared, this person then also shows you compassion and empathy and mercy because they know what it's like to think things that are not true, or to, get into that mindset, or, that will also be mirrored back to you. So you get what you give, you get back what you put out there. You could have shown someone mercy and compassion in the past for false accusations, and now in turn they do the same thing for you because you both understand each other. There's something here about you mirroring each other. You both understand each other. You both understand why that fear overtakes you, or what happens to the mind when you can't think logically anymore because fear is overtaking you. So you start to spin out of control and you think the worst things, and it's like you both understand each other. So yeah, your worst fears might and at some point make you look kind of crazy. But it's because, like, for the most part, when you're stuck in fear, you can't really think logically. You can't really make logical sense because it's the back part of your brain, right? It like kicks into survival mode, and then you get triggered, and then it's like what's it called? The amygdala is like going crazy and stuff like that. So all right, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. This was already an hour. The Empress and the Ten of Swords, it's betrayal. It's ultimate betrayal. It's ultimate betrayal. Yeah. And yeah, it's the betrayal. It's something about betrayal, feeling betrayed. Feeling betrayed, but also the understanding of knowing what it feels like to be betrayed. But then there's like these other people around that are then exploiting your betrayal, and also exploiting the fear that comes from the betrayal trauma. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Let's see who's involved in this. March. November. Okay, so this could have something to do with November and March. A Leo. February and May. December and a Capricorn. A December Capricorn. And a Libra. And a Gemini. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have June, all right? So I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope this helps, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.